Tonight, entering the unknown, investigate Derby Gaol. Derby Gaol is situated in Derbyshire, in the East Midlands. The jail was used between 1756 and 1828, and was originally 2 separate cell blocks. In fact, it's thought the facilities could continue under neighbouring properties. It is now a museum, and much of the jail has been restored to its former condition. Whilst the jail was being worked on, clues were found as to what some of the cells may have been used for in the past. For example, marks on the inside of the door of the debtor's cell refer to money and amounts to be paid. There are gallows outside the entrance, a timely reminder of past gruesome events. The team for tonight's investigation are award-winning psychic medium Andrew Warrington Jones, lead investigator David Harasny. They are joined by team members: paranormal investigator Mandy Pickford, paranormal investigator Chrissy Walker, paranormal investigator and camera operator Sean Helm. The team's lead investigator, David Harasny, managed to chat with the owner of the building, Richard Felix.
So Richard, your place, Derby Gaol, tonight.
Yes.
Can you give us a bit of insight on the place and how, when it first came about?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, we had 5 prisons in Derby at one time or another. 3 county jails and 2 town jails. This was number 2 county jail, built in 1756. Oh dear. I mean, it's a place of terror, torment, pain, anguish and death.
Right,
basically.
yeah.
From the year 1723, there were 222 hanging offences in this country.
Right.
They made every crime imaginable punishable by death. The reason being that the crime rate had increased, people had moved into the towns, they were living in terrible conditions and starving, and most crimes were committed against the landowners, who of course ruled the country.
Yes.
So they decided, what a good idea to get rid of the criminals, best way is to kill them.
Yeah.
So 222 you can be hanged for stealing a sheep, stealing a cow, stealing a horse, shop breaking, house breaking, burglary, setting fire to haystacks. 4 men hanged in front of this building in 1817 for setting fire to a haystack.
Right.
In the same year, 3 men hanged and beheaded for high treason. The last beheading with an axe in Great Britain in front of this building. And of course, the other thing was that from 1752, they had to make the punishment fit the crime for murder. So they passed the Murder Act, which actually stated that murderers were hanged until they were dead, obviously, and then publicly dissected.
Right.
Everything removed, the bones boiled, the skin flayed, and used to bind books telling of their life and trial. But basically the situation was the body wasn't whole, and so on the day of judgment, no material resurrection for you, and you're going to go to hell.
So
It's caused ghosts big time. All prisons, jails, have got more than their fair share of ghosts because they've stayed behind, because they're terrified of divine retribution, hellfire and damnation. When this was bursting at the seams in 1820, there were 6 prisoners in each cell for 23 hours a day with a bucket and straw on the floor. No room for a bed, no room for a hammock.
Would you say this building was bigger than this, though?
It's huge.
It was, yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, where we're standing now, it actually goes through here, through this wall, next door, and it goes through next door but one, and it was with these dungeons down here, and 3 more stories on top of it. It was a big jail, but of course, it serviced the whole of Derbyshire.
Yeah.
So any crime committed in Derbyshire, if you were caught, you ended up being brought here. Famous, you know, after obviously what happened on Most Haunted, when the cross moved in the condemned cell, and it genuinely did, because I was here that night.
So is this the first cell or the second one?
It was this one, first one. Yeah, the condemned cell. And all over the doors, of course, if you get your torch and have a look, there's graffiti from the prisoners.
Right. All
over the doors. The night before your execution, you scratched a gallows on the door, put your initials inside it.
Yeah.
You were going to go tomorrow morning, and full of ghosts.
Yeah. And what's the one you've seen most of?
Well, I saw a ghost in here at 3:20 on a Friday afternoon, and I mean, I always say to people, you know, ghosts are not creatures of the night. I was in here in the kitchen, which was a prison cell.
Yeah.
There's a cut-out window in the corridor, and I was on the phone to a guy when this grey hazy shape of a person glided past me, and nothing about corner of the eye. It was full on.
Yeah.
I was stood on the phone watching this grey hazy shape of a person glide past me for at least 4 seconds. It was grey. It was a haze, but I couldn't see through it.
Yeah.
And I sensed it, and I saw it, and I did what everyone does. I mean, I actually said to the bloke, "I've just seen a bloody ghost, mate." He said, "Don't be daft." I said, "I'm not kidding." I said, "Just a minute." Put the phone down and did what everybody does. Reality kicks in.
Yeah.
Someone's come in.
Yeah.
We're not open, but someone's. So I stuck my head around the corner. I just shouted, "Excuse me!" Looking down into here, thinking, nobody there.
We've already had stuff going off tonight with some of the devices, and we've also had breathing down the mics.
Wow.
So,
I mean, as I say all the time, nobody leaves Derby Jail disappointed. Honest to God, it really is. It's extremely haunted, and when you think of the terror and torment and death that went on within these walls, no wonder it's haunted.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to going lights out.
Could be good.
Yeah, and I'm very well looking forward to it. And I hope you can stay around for a couple of minutes before we go lights out. And it's been a pleasure talking to you, Richard.
Even before the team started their investigation and switched the body microphones on, the REM side of the Mel meter started to flash that had been placed on a bench inside one of the cells. The REM has an M radiating antenna that detects energy disturbances and fluctuations. It has been designed to emit an electromagnetic field that can be broken by anything that has its own M field. Could a spirit of a past prisoner be trying to communicate with the team by breaking the M field and making the lights illuminate on the device?
Could actually sat in on hungry.
Someone's definitely going to be sat in here on their own after.
Yeah. Can you make the ball light up next to that device?
I think it's worth putting a laptop camera in here.
I think, can you, yeah.
It's when he walks away, it starts.
It's because, is the light on? Or is that just from the camera?
It's just for the camera.
And
Right.
the lights are not there as well.
Lights on up there as well.
Sometimes.
Because it stops again now. I mean, it was doing it and then it stops, even with the light on.
Should walk away again, see?
Yeah. Let's move away and see if it goes off again. So we've come to this location early this evening. What have you been picking up? Before you got here, you were telling me a few things, weren't you?
I had a little girl coming through. Now, again, she keeps referring to this place as a castle, and I don't know why. But it's her, her mum, and her father, and the three of them are on gallows, been hung. Right. The three of them. I've also got 2 witches coming through. Now these ladies are good. They've been helping me out quite a bit. They've been coming close, trying to help me out. I've got no worries with them.
Are they the same area or is it a different area?
Around about the same area.
Right.
Again, referring to it as a castle. Now I don't know why they're referring to it as a castle.
Right. Have you got a date with this?
No, I'm going right back. I haven't got a date with it. I'm going to try and get more as we go on tonight. But it's interesting why I keep getting castle, because it's obviously not a castle. Why I keep getting told castle. So whether this is linked to anything to do with a castle or nearby, I don't know.
So where you wanting to go first?
There's lots in here. The toilets, believe it or not, are quite interesting.
Yeah.
I went to the toilet to use the toilet before, and as I walked in, there's a young lad sat there talking to me.
Right.
So as I went in to use the toilet, he was just sat there and he goes, "You alright there, mate?" And it was just...
Have you got an age with him? Is he young or...?
He's about 18, 19.
Right.
Yeah.
And did he tell you anything while he was there?
He nicked
Right.
Yeah, he nicked something. Not a bad lad, really. I just think he was nicking to live. You know, quite cocky, quite sure of himself.
Right.
So that was funny, that, as I'm stood there urinating and talking to...
I wasn't going to laugh, but I think...
Is there a name?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay.
Is that the only thing you got in that
In there,
vicinity?
yeah, but the thing is, I need to get upstairs.
Yeah,
I really need to get upstairs because there's something up there I need to get to the bottom of.
Right.
There's burials as well.
Is this out there?
I don't know, it's out there under where we are, but there's burials. Yeah, there's different stuff. I've got different crossings or different timelines coming in. I've got. There's a guy who's going to be coming through, and he likes coming up to people and just tugging. Sorry, not too hard.
No, it was fine, thanks.
He likes tugging. He likes tugging on clothing. He gets a kick out of it. That he's making people jump.
So you do this on quite a few occasions when there's quite a lot of people in there. Is it just one person, or does he?
Anyone.
Does do anyone?
Anyone, yeah.
Right.
Anyone. He'll just, whoever he pleases, really. I think he'll pick on someone who's probably more sensitive.
Right.
He'll sort of like aim for them. We've got equipment going off. Should we go down that way then?
Yep. I think it's the handheld REM pod again. It's going off.
Yeah.
We've got locked off camera in there now. We've already got devices out.
Okay, don't worry.
So we've got the REM pod down there. We've got devices off in both cells.
I'm going to avoid that area because of all the pictures and the information.
Yeah.
I'm avoiding that area.
Yeah.
We'll go down
Yep.
there.
If you hear anything, guys, or if you hear anything, just speak out, please.
I've just had the little girl, Elizabeth, verified.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that. And the REM pod in there, it's going off again. Yep.
It's changing there now. It's gone a lot colder now. There's a air sound on.
I've got a locked off camera in here, so if anything happens or we hear anything.
Why is that there? What's that? Is that a door? Why would there be a door there?
I think it could have been because you can see the plinth as well. It's put the top.
Why would there? That doesn't make any sense.
You obviously, as soon as we come in, there's REM pod. It stopped. It stopped going off.
Yeah.
I mean, if these original beds must have been very, very uncomfortable while they were sleeping.
We weren't meant for comfort. They weren't
No,
meant for
no.
comfort.
So you picking anyone up in here?
Well, I don't know if it's a cell or I'm seeing a body in the ground. It's a tall gentleman and he's got a sword resting on his chest.
Right. I've seen a flash in that corner. Like a very, very small flash.
I'm getting something to do with hounds, something to do with a creature of some type, hound, the growling. It's a big, it's quite a big thing. Okay, one minute. Can I just go back out?
Yeah. It's interesting that, 'cause as soon as we went in there, that device stopped.
A group of males, and they're all associated with each other. Rapists.
Right.
Rapists, murderers, and they're all into that. They're all.
Are they here now?
One of them is.
Right, so if he hangs about tonight, it'd be interesting to see if he picks on one of the ladies tonight.
Well, they keep saying to me, wait till the rest of the day, wait till the rest of the day, wait till the rest of the day. So it's like he's trying to threaten me in a sense, which I've just said if you've got to bring them, bring them. Where's that liquid from on the floor?
Oh.
Can't be leaking from the ceiling because there's another the floors below us, isn't there? You can't see any water drops, 'cause if there was water drops it'd be running down the side anyway, wouldn't it?
I'm hot.
You're hot?
Look,
Yeah.
I'm actually really...
When I asked you if you're alright,
I'm not, I'm sweating.
When I looked at
I'm really sweating.
I've got a male stood there looking
but
through at me.
Through the door?
He's not saying anything, he's just watching. And I
I've
think
got goosebumps and I'm actually sweating really.
I think he's the male who's going on about the rape and the murders. Okay. These guys, I'm not getting names of them, they're quite notorious, they've done quite a lot.
She's hungry.
You hungry?
Yeah.
Andy, Jill's coming rumbling out.
It's Chris's.
No, she's picking the same thing up in the earphone. He talks like I was.
Right,
Like some growling or somebody's rolling something along.
I didn't know this is what it did, I don't know.
If you're hearing growling near me, that could be to do with the thing that's crawling. Don't worry about that. Okay, we'll worry about it, but it's there. Smell you?
Chris has just died in the stomach.
Oh.
It's growling.
Okay.
It's alright.
So what's he say? He said he's going to bring his other pals with him, or?
He's just an horrible ass. He's just horrible. He stinks. His breath stinks. He's there 1 minute, next minute he's face on with me. I don't want to repeat what I'm getting because it's not repeatable.
Yeah.
The sort of stuff he wanted to do, what sort of stuff he still wants to do. I don't know if children were held in this cell. I know I've got the young girl and the mum and dad, but I've got a lot of kids running about. It's not like that. It's not like they're incarcerated. They seem to be able to move about.
Do you get males and females?
Yeah, males and females. Yeah.
The team went to lights out and into infrared.
What are you picking up at the moment? Anything?
I've had that from when we was there before with the males who are associated with the rape, with the murder, I've still got the one male, and he's still saying he's still coming forward, he's still quite nasty, he's still quite aggy, he's not the best of people.
That's very interesting. The last person to be hanged in front of this building, the last person to spend their night in that cell was for rape.
Okay.
Not giving any names away, but yeah, nearly.
That's interesting.
Do you know of any bodies underneath?
There's bodies outside.
Underneath, buried?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, in that garden.
What about the male? I've been getting the male a stocky male with a sword on his chest.
When you say sword, you mean what? Tattooed on his chest?
No,
real
he's
sword?
holding it.
No. In the early days, and I don't know if this happened in Derby, but the early days, certainly in London, and I don't know about here, the executioner often travelled on the car with the person to be hanged with a sword in his hand. Not to use, because we didn't behead people with swords in England, in Britain. But Anne Boleyn was beheaded with a sword, but they brought the swordsman over from Calais to do it. But there's no doubt that executions did travel with a sword as like a symbolic, but they didn't use it.
Well, he's making
Could
sure I
have been an
see that.
executioner.
Yeah.
Well, that sword, he's making sure I'm seeing that sword.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Has anyone mentioned in the past about a large dog? Quite a nasty thing. Was that outside?
Yeah,
Be dogs,
it's outside, yeah.
be dogs here. Not belonging to the inmates as such, but there'd certainly be dogs here.
I'm getting sort of quite dark about this though, something quite sinister about it. I'm not.
Oh,
Um,
because we have harbingers of death, you know, padfoots, barguests, skrikers. Derbyshire, like most counties, had their stories of black dogs.
yeah. With this black dog, what I'm feeling this black dog, it's been called in by someone.
All right.
So you're saying that the dog's been brought in to inflict injury on someone? Is that what you're saying?
Either to inflict. No,
Or is it to guard? Or
it's one of two. It's either to guard or it's all collect. But it's there to get someone. It's there to collect.
right? Okay.
Like a harbinger of death.
Yeah.
Wow.
You were saying something before when you first come, when you said been picking this up all week about a castle.
Yeah. Before I go to a location, I never look at a location, never read about the location, but I always get stuff through before I get there.
Yeah.
Now, I've been referring to this as a castle, even though I know it's a jail.
Yeah.
I've been getting castle, and I don't know why.
We had a castle in Derby. Not here.
Has that got connections to this, though?
No, definitely not. But we had a castle from Saxon times in Derby. Not here though.
But I read something about. Do you want me to say?
Yeah, please.
Now, I read something about Nottingham Castle.
Oh
About
yeah.
how people used to be brought here to wait and then used to be transported to Nottingham Castle, like at the very start. And they used to go to Nottingham Castle before the jail was built as well.
That's right, because you see, Derby lived under domination of Nottingham.
But yeah, literally that castle thing's really weird, isn't it? That you kept getting literally
yeah.
all I could find out was the Nottingham Castle thing. But that was
Well, that's
before
it's been
it was
driving me
built.
mad because I know it was a jail we're coming to.
Yeah.
But I kept getting castle, and I don't know why I was getting castle.
That's interesting.
So
And
unless
that's why I
it's
said
people
I'm
that
thinking so, look
unless it's
into
people that were here that lived here before the jail was built in this area and were taken to the castle,
But again, earlier on I said about people being taken elsewhere and hung.
transported elsewhere. Yeah.
So whether that's that connection.
Well, they were taken from here to be hanged at the top of Normanton Road in Derby,
Yeah.
because until 1812 people weren't hanged here.
Right.
They were taken. It was all public, and basically it was always on top of a hill or something like that, so more people could see. Because all executions were public until 1868.
What was with? Has this ever been used as anything else apart from a prison after more recent?
Only as a nightclub.
Right. Okay. Why was
And bar.
in this area? Why was I seeing lots of people just sat on the floor, just like they were sleeping, just sprawling across the floor?
No idea. No, can't think of any reason at all. Sort of. I mean, we've had people not that long ago, like sort of 20 years ago, reenactors that slept here.
The slept in here on
Yes,
the floor?
on the floors, yeah, because we had about 30, 35 people here. Every year there's a Bonnie Prince Charlie parade through the streets of Derby. Reenactors come from around the country. And we've housed them in here with sleeping bags or whatever. Some of them have been in the cells, but some of them there wasn't room, have slept on the floor.
Because when I was just seeing people rested up against the wall.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. Stepping over people.
But of course, in 1820 odd, this was bursting at the seams. And although I obviously say, 6 prisoners in each cell, that for all I know, some of them may have been in the corridors. It's possible.
Can we move down that way?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
There are witch marks on these doors.
Well, there's 2 witches what have been coming through the past week.
Oh right, I see. We had 3 witches in Derby. That were, 2 were hanged. One
2
died
were
of jail fever before she died. And people in here were terrified of, witch marks were actually to ward off evil, to stop evil coming through the doors into their cells.
Yeah.
And they're actually on the doors.
Interesting that. I haven't noticed anything on the doors.
Well,
Mind you, I've only looked at the cell doors I have.
Yeah.
These 2 what are coming through, they've not worried me one bit. They've been quite good in a sense, quite nice in a sense. Do you know of 7 men being taken at the same time and hung at the same time?
Yeah. Yeah. 7 highwaymen.
All hung at the same time?
Mm. Yeah. Called the Bracy gang. Biggest hanging in Derby. Now then, that's
It's
interesting.
interesting. Very interesting.
Mm.
Are they here now, Andy, or is it just that you
No, I
pick them
just
up?
want to ask for the 7,
Right.
about the 7. Which one of them was innocent? There was one that wasn't.
Oh, don't know.
There's one who's basically.
Really?
He was with
Claims he was innocent.
Is that noise then? I heard that. Is it in one of the cells? It's interesting, that device hasn't gone off since, has it?
How many people are in these cells? Do we know?
Richard said it's about 6.
Right, because what I'm being shown right now, I've got people stood shoulder to shoulder. They've got no room. They're just cramped.
Yeah. That's right, Richard, wasn't it?
Go on.
There's 6 people to each cell.
6 prisoners to each cell.
But I'm getting a lot more than 6.
Oh, well, I mean, that's...
I'm feeling my shoulders are in. I've got either side in front of me. I can't sit down because it's just round.
Don't know. I mean, anything's possible. But all I have record of is when it was bursting at the seams, 6 prisoners in each cell. But you never know. You never know.
Where's the? I don't know if it's a cell. Where's the one with like the shorter door?
No. Don't know of one.
Last time I came across something like this was at Lancaster Castle, and it's children's cells,
Mm.
and it was a smaller door. And
Will it be in this part, Andy, or do you think it'll be in the other
Yeah,
part?
don't forget.
I don't know.
There's
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's 3 more stories, or was 3 more stories, and two more corridors down there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we just, it's all we've got.
so before when I picked up on children, the kids are picked up and the children are picked up were running around. It's like they could go wherever they wanted.
You see, mothers would come in here pregnant and have children. I'm sure children would come in with the mothers. Now, the prisoners actually weren't always kept in the cells because there's graffiti on the outside of the doors. So, if the prisoners were out, the kids would be out.
Mm.
And there'd be no reason either for the kids to be locked up anyway in here.
Mm. I'm getting a large male. This male he's wearing all black, and I don't know. He's showing me hanging. Okay, he's been hung, but he's not. They're struggling to hang him.
Right.
Because he's just okay. They're pulling him up, and they're actually on him and trying to
Strangling him.
and he's
Pulling
just,
down on his legs.
well, that's it. He seems to be either fighting or just. He's a big guy, and he seems to be. And then, okay. Outside, have you ever had that exhumed? Have you ever any archaeologists or anyone like that outside?
Yeah, they've never dug anybody up, but they are there. Because you see, anybody that...
There's a lot there.
I think there is, oh yeah. Basically, anybody who nobody would pay for their burial would be buried outside.
Yeah.
But in unconsecrated ground, without a gravestone.
But I'm not seeing, they're not individual, they're all together. It's like a pit.
Oh right.
They're all together. And it's like they're all in there.
So that would be male and females and
Anyone.
children as well?
Just in
Wow.
there. I know you've got the mock gallows outside.
They're not real.
I know that. But what's upstairs? What hanging place upstairs?
It all happened in front of the building. Where when you go up to look at the other jail, right in the front of the building, Jeff will show you where the gallows were.
But
Literally up
I'm
above.
getting something upstairs.
Yes, it's up above on the pavement.
So it's higher up. It's not on the.
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Next level up from here.
Did you manage to get a name with this guy that was hung? No.
No, I'm going to work on that. This guy what's hung, he's something to do, something to do with ships sailing.
We definitely have a sailor.
Okay.
It's here because on one of the doors down there is an anchor scratched on the door and a mermaid underneath it.
With this male who I'm getting at, he's not English.
Okay. Yeah, no idea who or what. Unfortunately, there's no name, no initials with it, but a mermaid and an anchor scratched on the door.
Can you move the cross next to us? It's on the bed. Use your energy to move the cross, or use our energy.
There's a chain in this one.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Can you move the chain? What's on the other bed?
two newbies of Entering the Unknown team. We're doing a duo vigil. I'll start calling out. Yeah. If there's anybody here that would like to come and speak to us, please come forward. If you can, interact with us through that device that's on the bed. Make the temperature go up.
Come on, step forward. Use our energy if you need to. It's a lot of snow in here.
You wouldn't tell me you'd be able to hear it from here. So?
You sounds like it's I am snowing. Can you hear me?
Make a noise. Not here to hurt you, harm you in any way. Just want to communicate with you. Come on, come forward. Come and talk to us. Make the lights go off on the device that's on the bed.
I'm really cold on my legs. If you're here, make a noise, come on.
See you. What the fuck is that?
It's like breathing, isn't it? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Feels like it's done right. On my right side of me face. Gonna be right here anyway.
I've got my right side of my legs here. Have you come into this room with us? Were you locked in this cell?
Can you make the temperature drop in here? Can you make it go to 58? Can you make the temperature drop in here, please? Make it go down to 58.
It's freezing around my legs now. Oh, cold shiver around me.
Yeah, okay, maybe jump then.
And a cold shiver around my back.
Are you in this room? Flashing light on the thing. It's light just flashed on it. See vibration ones at the bottom? Oh, it's just gone.
Can you go do that again on the device, please? Make it flash. Come on, use our energy to chat to us, or make a noise.
Can you show yourself as a flashing light? Come on, step forward. Come make a noise. Build your energy up and shout your name so we can hear you.
Come forward. Show us a sign that you're here. Let us know that you're around. Make a noise. Move something. Touch me.
Ollie.
I didn't want to say you just in case you didn't like it.
I don't like it, boys. What's going on?
Make the lights on the device light up.
Come on, it's my first time. Show me your ear, please.
Can you touch one of us?
You're getting a cold breeze.
The coldness around my legs is gone now.
You make one of these devices go off what's lit up. Go to the green light on the bed.
You can say it's not a fault on that device because it was going off before. It's not going off since, has it?
No. No, it's been in here for hours, another night.
Can you move the cross next to us, please? Now's your time to make peace with God. Move the cross. Just seen a little dot of light next to that cross then.
Could have sworn I've just seen a shadow go along that wall. See the shape of the tripod? There in that corner. And somebody just went like that past it.
It's funny that because I've heard that breathing over this side now.
That's why I saw the shadows over in that side. Tis him snoring, isn't he? Stop now. Keep that over, man. Keep that loud. That's loud, that is snowing for me up there.
Jesus.
God, man.
Oh, God.
Come on, come step forward. Are you trapped in this room?
That bench was creaked then.
No, you heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So someone sat on it, you went, yeah. Come on, can you make a louder noise? So we can hear you, so we know you, whoever's. Jesus, what? God, man, nobody can snore that loud, surely. He's behind the bar in the kitchen, nearly.
Yeah.
With very little activity happening on the night of the investigation, apart from the Melmeter REM activating a few times in the cell, the team decided to bring the investigation to an end. Until next time, para friends, keep believing.